I'm judging a book by the cover.
For her.
Oh, you gave away the ending. That one's kind of random.
Cliffhangers on every chapter, so I'm like, I gotta keep reading. And
That's
it's
a sign of a good book when like you just have to read the next chapter. Welcome, my name is Lauren. I'm a homeschooling mom to 3 girls, and today I'm going to share what my daughter is reading. She just finished up 4th grade. She's heading into 5th grade pretty soon, and so this is everything she's read over the last year, so probably from last summer till now. But this isn't even probably half of it, because now that the library has opened back up this year, she has taken out many books from the library too. So this is just what she owns and what we have. Her favorite top 5 that she read, I asked her to give me a list of the top 5 favorite from this whole year, and so I'm going to save those for last. Quick disclaimer, I am a Christian, and I know that many of my viewers and subscribers are Christians as well. I've been around the Christian world for many years, and I understand that we all have different beliefs and philosophies and views of what we should and shouldn't be reading. So again, this is just what works for our family. It's not going to be the same for everybody else, and so just keep that in mind. All right, we got a lot to get through, so let's get started. We got the Boxcar Children, and some of these I shared last year when I shared what she read in 3rd grade, so some of them will overlap, but that was just because she had read a lot of them, and then some of them she had kind of on her list to read that she read throughout that summer. So she read the Boxcar Children, good old classic Boxcar Children. She has a bunch more of these, but apparently this is just all she's read this year. Next, she has, it's a series I got just like from a garage sale, and it's about a reverend in a small little town, and it's I think like 9 books. So this one, it starts with At Home in Mitford, and I actually am starting to read this one too. It's just like a light, it's just like non-stressful. So I like this one. And then she read the 2nd book. I think she's on the 3rd book now. So yes, right now this is the pile she's currently reading through. So this is book number 3 of this Mitford series. This is These High Green Hills. And I think it just like tells kind of like a small town story. This is a library book. Maybe I'll do a library haul because, like I said, she gets tons and tons of books from the library as well that she reads. So she usually picks a few at a time. This is called The Bravest Princess. This is The Tale of a Wide Awake Princess. So this is really cute. This is a series, and this is who is it? It's Sleeping Beauty's younger sister, Annie. And she's trying to help Sleeping Beauty wake up. And then she meets Snow White. So they follow like, Disney princesses that you would know of. She really likes this one. She was excited to get the next book. So this is book 3 of that series. The first one is The Wide Awake Princess. The second one is Unlocking the Spell. And then I think there might be 5 or 6 in this series. Next one is The Unicorn Quest. I believe this is a series as well. This is another library one. Her genres that she really loves are fantasy, action, mystery, and then anything with animals. She loves animals. So you'll see that incorporated kind of throughout. You'll get a theme for what she likes. This one is Oogie. I shared this one last year in that other video, which I'll link down below. And this is about a dog. It's a little bit sad, but it has a happy ending. He finds a home. I waited till she was a little bit older to read that just because of the content. I didn't really want her reading that when she was younger. Next, we have 2, they're a little bit thinner, quicker reads. This is The Mystery Kitten and The Unwanted Puppy. We started Geronimo Stilton books when the girls were really little. My husband would read that to them, and so they remember that like from when they were really little. So she got a few of these. This is Geronimo Stilton, The Dragon of Fortune, and The Phoenix of Destiny. And what is cute about these books is that they it's not like a comic book, but it does have pictures, and just like the font that they do and the illustrations is just a little bit different. So it's fun. He goes on all kinds of adventures. So again, it's animals, fantasy, adventure, all of this stuff that she loves all rolled into one series. Next, this one was one of her favorites. This is Mrs. Smith's Spy School for Girls. This is about a girl. Obviously, she becomes a spy, and she finds out her mom is a spy, and she has to do a mission and save her mom, and so it just kind of takes it through that. This is actually a series. Next one is a little bit random. But she put it in the pile, so I'm going to share it. I don't even know if you can find this anymore. It looks like something from when I was her age, but this is called The Fourth Grade Wizard. You love that little side ponytail right there. So Jack and Marianne are always in trouble, so how can they become fourth grade wizards? She liked it though. So, and then I shared this one last year as well, but she hadn't read it, and so she read it now. This is by Kate DiCamillo. This is the same author who does the Mercy Watson books, and so my girls really love that, and so they kind of just like anything by this author. This is, he was a rabbit named Edward Tulane. He couldn't move or speak, but he could watch and listen and was pleased with himself and his owner and his house, and then one day he was lost. Then we have a whole slew of Who Was books. Now, a year or two ago, I got her like the What is America books, and it was like 25 of them, and she read them all several times. And so I try to get them for her once a year, like either at Christmas or at the end of the school year. So here we have Who is Gandhi? Which I really liked this. It worked out perfectly because we learned about India in our Beautiful Feet books course this year. And so he was obviously mentioned in India. And so when she read this, she kind of had a better picture. And so I think that these are really good supplements to have to any history that you're doing. If you just want them to read a little bit more, something on their own, they're easy readers, and I think they're really good, full of information. George Washington Carver, Where is the Great Barrier Reef? Perfect. We learned about Australia as well. Who was Jules Verne? Who is Marie Curie? Who was Rosa Parks? Who was Seabiscuit? That one's kind of random. And Ulysses S. Grant, who was Rachel Carson, and I am Walt Disney. So those were the ones that she's read this year, not including any ones she's chosen from the library. All right, next is some may or may not agree with. If you don't, that's okay. You can just skip on to the next part of this video. But we have Harry Potter, the Harry Potter series. So she's read book 1, 2, 3, and oh my goodness, what a doozy this guy is. They're in book 4, and I say they because her and my husband are reading them together. And they've been reading them for a little over a year, like a year and a half now together. And it's just really sweet. It's really sweet to like walk in on them because he's actually not a huge reader. And so it's just good bonding time for them. And sometimes the other girls listen in too, but it's mostly for those two. And I just think it's good memories that they'll have for years and years to come, and they're pretty consistent about it. It's not every day or even every week, but they're just chugging along reading their series together, and it's just really sweet time for them. Next we have Firestar. So this one is about a man who takes a research trip to the Arctic to research and then to write a book. He's writing a mystery, a fantasy, and then realizes, wait a second, maybe this is coming to life. So of course there's escapades and suspense and mystery and action and all of that. Here's another one. This one is called Wish. It is about a little girl. She meets a dog and kind of their story together. This one kind of reminds me of Larissa and her dog. He's much bigger than this. He's a lab. But it's just kind of the bond that they have. Even though I haven't read it, I'm judging a book by the cover, and I'm making assumptions about this book that it seems really sweet about their bond. I don't think that's too much of a stretch, though, for me to assume that. This one's kind of cute and like touches my heart a little bit. This one, my mom actually picked this up at a yard sale. This is Every Living Thing, James Herriot. Apparently, I know he's like a famous veterinarian, and she wanted to be for the longest time a veterinarian, and now she wants to work with animal behavior, and so she actually did read this whole thing. I really didn't think she would, but she read it. I thought this seemed more like a grown-up book, but no, she said she liked it. All right, now we are going to do the top 5. She is listing her top 5. Larissa is here. She is going to share her top 5. She actually just came in from a hard day of riding her bike, so she's... Okay, ready? So first of all, number 5, we have Chasing Vermeer. I am so pale.
Okay.
My ghostliness is showing through right now compared to you. That's okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. Number 5, we have it Chasing Vermeer.
So it's about this boy and this girl, and they try to track down the person that is stealing paintings by Vermeer.
Okay. And so this one was number 5. Number 4.
Pax.
This is the journey home. So I shared last year Pax was one of her favorite. I think it was her top favorite last year. This year, Pax, the second one, made her top 5. Go ahead.
Yeah. So, and what to say? It's about a boy and his fox, and in the first book, at the end they parted, but in this book they meet again when the fox has a family of his own.
Oh, good. Well, I like that. I like that they didn't just leave it on a sad note. Okay, number 3, Jada Sly, Artist and Spy.
It's about a girl who's obviously an artist and a spy, and everybody thinks her mom died in a plane crash, but she actually didn't. She's just going undercover because it's dangerous for her.
Oh, you gave away the ending. Is that the ending?
Yeah.
Okay, well, don't give away the ending. All right, number 2, we have the Green Ember. This is her second favorite book.
It's about a boy and a girl rabbit, whose it's a whole series, whose parents supposedly got killed by wolves.
Oh.
And so they find their uncle and he leads them to his whole, colony place type thing. That's where that book left off. So hopefully I can get the rest of the books in the series.
Oh,
there's still 3 more books in the series.
Okay, so this is a series. This one's really popular in the homeschool world, homeschool community, the Green Ember. So I actually wanted to read it all with all of us as a read aloud. And then number 1, her favorite is Mrs. Smith's
Spy School for Girls, Book 2, Power Play.
So this is the second book. I showed you the first one a few minutes ago. So here's the second one. Why do you like, I already shared what it was about. Why do you like it? What made this number 1 for you?
Because I love spies, and it's just so, it leaves you off on cliffhangers on every chapter, so I'm like, I gotta keep reading. And
that's
it's
a sign of a good book, when you just have to read the next chapter.
Yeah.
Is there just 2 in this series?
No, I don't know how many there are because it only shows the next book in the series.
Oh, okay.
So, Double Cross is the next one.
Okay.
I never knew that those characters look like that. I pictured them different. Anyway.
So that was it. Hopefully you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. If you want to check out what she read last year, I will link that right here, and you can check out my early YouTube skills and see how that went. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Say bye.
Bye.